What is going on, everybody? How is everyone doing today? Today we're going to be taking a look at the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Z first release reissue Piccolo figure. Special Beam Cannon!
We're here to play our part, getting through every day.
So, what is going on, everybody? How is everyone doing today? Daredevil19 here, and today I'm bringing you a redo review of a figure that was just reissued, which is the SH Figuarts Manga version Piccolo. Very happy I got this figure. I do prefer the San Diego Comic-Con Piccolo over this one, but this one still is an amazing piece. Anyway, let's start this review off with the packaging first for this Piccolo figure. So our Namekian friend comes in the same style packaging as all the other Dragon Ball Z Figuarts figures. Here he is compared to the San Diego Comic-Con Piccolo, and they're both the same exact thing, just different colors, and this one has San Diego Comic-Con US exclusive as well, but same exact packaging. Just want to show you that real quick. It says SH Figuarts right there on the top left, and then Piccolo there. It says Dragon Ball Z, Toei Animation, Tamashii Nations, Bandai, Funimation, Warning, blah 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 blah. The bottom of it is the barcode and blah 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 stuff that nobody cares about. The top of it says SH Figuarts Piccolo, and then the side of it says the same thing. You get a cool image of the figure right there. And then the other side of it, you get that really badass picture of the figure, which looks awesome. And then the back of the packaging shows a bunch of different poses you can get the figure into with some of his accessories. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get the figure open and take a closer look at Piccolo. Alright, so let's take a closer detailed look at Manga Piccolo here, and Tamashii Nations really did an incredible job with this piece. If you can't afford the San Diego Comic-Con Piccolo, this one is perfect. Same exact figure, just a different color scheme. And on his neck and his chest right here, there is slight paint shading, so that's good. And then his gi around the torso area, I love the sculpt work on it. You can see wrinkles throughout his gi, and then on the shoulder pieces as well, just all throughout his gi everywhere. And I love the sculpt detail on his belt. Very, very nice by Tamashii Nations. You can see the sculpt detail on the back also. And then for his arms, all those lines are all sculpted lines. And then same with the yellow pieces, those are all sculpted lines, and then they painted orange in it to give it a much nicer look. And then there is orange around the yellow parts. And then this, the piece around his wrist are also, those are sculpted lines also. So very nice by Tamashii Nations. And then for the pants here, I love how you could tell they're very baggy pants with just all the wrinkles throughout them. Very cool. And I can't really tell if there's shading on it. It kind of looks like how the reissue Manga Super Saiyan Gohan is. Like it was a lighter purple type, grayish type looking color. I think that's the same how it is with this Piccolo. But just that sculpt work is really amazing. And then what's also cool is right above his boots, I like how you can see Piccolo's ankles. You can see his green skin and the yellow skin, so that's nice. And then the boots just look great. Really, really cool. All those painted lines are all sculpted. And I love just nice sculpt work just on the boots. I mean, jeez. That's something I always liked about the Piccolo figure. The boots just looked very cool in his pants. But let me show you guys what he looks like compared to San Diego Comic-Con Piccolo. And the main difference that you could tell between these two figures, of course, is the color. The San Diego Comic-Con Piccolo is darker, while the Manga Piccolo is lighter colored. As you can see, his skin tone is darker with a lot more paint shading. His is lighter. He has the pink on his arms with the red around it. He has the yellow on his arms with the orange around it. Blue belt, red belt, darker purple for the gi, and then darker brown for the boots, lighter purple for his gi, and then lighter brown for his boots. So those are the main differences between the two Piccolo figures. Anyway, let's continue on. For Piccolo's accessories, he does come with a bunch of cool stuff. You get 3 interchangeable faces or heads. This is the basic looking face sculpt that you get with every Dragon Ball Z figure, which is sculpted very well. I love the way the ears look. You get his antennas right there. Nice with the eyes, the paint with the eyes. Very, very cool looking. So you get this face sculpt. And then you get the teeth gritted angry face sculpt right here, which looks pretty dope. You get the veins in his head, which look cool. And his eyes are looking off to the right. Nice sculpt work in the mouth and the ears and everything. Very cool. And then the last one you get is the turban wearing face sculpt. I really like the way the turban is sculpted. Very, very nice. Nice paint, nice sculpt on this one right here. And then you also get 7 interchangeable hands. You get the kind of gripping hands right here, which are sculpted very well. And I think just the fingernails are painted and they're black instead of white. Like how you can see the veins also. So nice work with those. Then you get the open palm blast hands, which are sculpted and the fingernails are painted fine. Sculpted pretty damn good. And then you get the special beam cannon hand right here, which is for his right hand. See the veins right there too, which is pretty cool. And then you get a pair of fists, which is basic for every Dragon Ball Z character. So pretty cool. And then you get, of course, Piccolo's crossed arms, which is sculpted and painted very well. Nice work, all those sculpted lines in there. And then around the yellow parts as well, you get the orange paint in each of the lines. And then around the yellow parts, and these are sculpted also. Very, very nice. Then the way you interchange them, you just peg Piccolo's arms off at the bicep right here where it swivels. You just peg that off and peg that off. And I advise that you take these off, the shoulder, the sleeves on the shoulder right there. You take those off and then you just peg these in. It's kind of a pain in the arse to do it, but you can get it done. And then Piccolo's last accessory is Piccolo's iconic cape. What would Piccolo be without his cape? Probably still just Piccolo. But I really like that they included this accessory, and I just love the sculpt of it. Really nice. I like all the wrinkles all throughout it, especially on the shoulder pieces right there. Even up in there, it's sculpted. And you get a nice like green paint shading, which is kind of odd that it's green. Really like the way it looks around the neck too. Nice sculpt. I wish it was just a little bit longer, because when you put it on Piccolo, it sits about there. So I wish it was slightly longer. And then you get these two pieces right here, which they peg into the bottom. This is for when you just have Piccolo standing there with his arms. And then this one is for the crossed arms. And I advise you guys to heat these up with hot water before you pop them in, because it could really hurt your hands if you're trying to pop it in without heating it up with hot water first. They pop in so much better when you heat it up with hot water. So do that before you pop those in, and it'll go so much smoother. But very nice accessories that you get with the Piccolo figure. Anyway, let's move on to the next part of the review. For the height of Piccolo, he stands exactly 6 inches tall, and then here he is compared to another version of himself, the San Diego Comic-Con Piccolo figure, and the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan figure, and then here he is compared to the Super Saiyan Vegeta figure and the Super Saiyan Goku figure, and then here he is compared to a bunch of the other SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Z figures. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on. So for the articulation, Piccolo has one point at the neck and one at the head right there. The head goes up and down a little bit. It does slightly pivot and then it swivels. The neck goes back and forth a little bit, and then it has great pivot. And it does swivel, it's just hard to do it, but you get some pretty great movement at the head and the neck, so nice articulation there. The waist, you can shift the joint up so it get more motion. It goes back and forth, it does pivot, and then it does swivel. And then the sleeves are on ball joints that are connected to the back. They just peg into the back of his shoulder right there, but you do get those great armpit joints. You can move them around, some nice movement. And then the shoulder joints go up a little more than 90 degrees. They do go up and down. You do get the bicep swivel, the double jointed elbows that bend in a little bit more than 90 degrees, so that's cool. And then the wrists are on ball hinges, so you can swivel and hinge it back and forth, so nice articulation there. Then for the legs, you get those great Tamashii shifting leg joints where you could shift them down and get more movement out of the articulation. It kicks forward a little more than 90 degrees, and then it goes to the back pretty decent amount, and then he kicks out to the side pretty much 90 degrees, and then you do get the swivel right there as well. You have double jointed knees that bend back pretty much all the way. And then for the ankles, they are on ball hinges. They do swivel, they go up and down. You do get to pivot, and then you do get the toe articulation. So you do have really great movement with this Piccolo figure. But Overall, I do recommend the SH Figuarts manga version Piccolo for any DBZ fan, Piccolo fan, or if you just love the SH Figuarts line. This piece is definitely a must-have for your collection, especially if you missed out on the San Diego Comic-Con Piccolo. This one is perfect to fill that spot on your shelf where Piccolo belongs with your other DBZ figures. You will not be disappointed once you have this figure in hand. You get a bunch of awesome accessories included with Piccolo. You get the crossed arms, interchangeable hands, interchangeable faces, and then of course his iconic cape, which is a big plus for me, so you get some great stuff included with the figure. And then the articulation, they really worked it in very, very well. You get awesome movement all throughout the figure, so that's a big plus also. And then the detail, I think they did an incredible job with the sculpt. They captured Piccolo perfectly in this figure. And then the paint, they did a great job with that as well. No paint bleeding wherever it's painted, no paint smudges. The paint is nice and clean, so very good job by Tamashii Nations. And if you would like to get the SH Figuarts reissue Manga Piccolo for your collection, you can head over to agelessgeeks.com. That's where I got mine. It's only $30 plus shipping, which is extremely low in price for an SH Figuarts DBZ figure, so don't miss out on getting Piccolo for your collection. Head over to that website today to get yours. Or you could join the Ageless Geeks Facebook group and you could be in direct contact with Alex, who is the owner of Ageless Geeks. But anyway, that is my review of the reissue SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Z manga version Piccolo figure. Hope you enjoyed my review. If you want to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share and favorite the video too. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, then I guess you're not a Piccolo fan. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Alright, so take an incredible job on this piece. If you can't, but let me show you guys what he looks like compared to San Diego Comic-Con Piccolo. Whoopsie fell. Because it sits on Piccolo like that. Damn you, ambulance! Damn you to hell! And some very nice pivot, and it does. What the heck? My head's gone. Motion at the neck and the head right there. The head pops off like that. SH Figuarts DBZ figure, so if you want, damn it. Or you could join the Ageless Geeks Facebook group and you'd be manga version Piccolo, the reissued bastard.